Hey there everybody, it's Octavian. It's been a little while since I've done one of these ones. This is a 100 casts episode that we're going to be getting into. I think the last 4 or 5 videos on my channel in terms of shoutcasts, proper ones and not the misheard shoutcast video, have been Challenger casts episodes, which are all fine and good. But it's not really the bread and butter of the channel. It's not really what I set out to start doing when I made this YouTube channel. 100 casts is really the focus, where I want it to go, and I feel like I've drifted off focus in the last few weeks. So, with this, I believe episode 61, getting close to 100 there, we will be driving back onto that focus, pushing back towards the central road, taking me to 100 casts. And the completion of what started off as just a bit of a pipe dream, but has become, well, a real passion of mine. And I hope you guys enjoy too. Now, for those of you not aware, since I haven't put up a 100 cast episode in a little while, the basic gist of the series is that anybody from the League of Legends community can send me a replay. Any replay from Summoners, ranked that is. Ranked 5s, ranked solo queue, duo queue, normals, with friends, normals, with the enemies, whoever is in your game, so long as there's 5 of them on each team, as long as there's no lengthy disconnects. I'll be happy to take your game and I'll be happy to shoutcast it, whether you're in Diamond, top 50 Challenger, or all the way down in Bronze 5. I've done everything in between, and as such, these games are not always the most high-level gameplay, but they're always fun to do, so. Let's get into the action, let's get into some of the matchups, get into the shoutcast proper here. Down in the bottom lane where the camera is currently focusing, it'll be a Nami and a Lucian versus a Graves and a Taric. Graves' Taric is going to have a lot of burst. The armor shred from Taric's Shatter helps Graves out a whole ton, and on top of that, they'll be very, very tanky. The armor from Taric's Shatter will help out Graves a lot as well as his own passive, in average Asian, getting brought down incredibly low against the Singed up there. Some good damage goes on to QC, but the ebb and flow leveled up first from that guy you hate 1 will be enough to keep him sustained in the lane. I'm much more worried about this top lane from blue team at least. Usually the lane is having a tough time against Singed. Ooh, good damage onto that guy you hate. He's down to about half health as the stun lands on a QC Myriapode? Unsure exactly how to pronounce that name, but looks like QC Myriapode. I'm going to at least just call him QC, because that's what I can pronounce. Tossed back into the minion wave. Average Ace to slice and dice his way out. Actually lands a stun back onto Insane Fijian. 2 nationalities being represented in the top lane. Just an average, but an insane Fijian. Lucian gets stunned up, and this lane seems to have been perma-pushed against red team here from blue. Probably a result of the buckshots being used to last hit. Prize OG on Graves has been AoEing the minion wave down a few times. This resulting in pushed up lane. Insane Fijian getting hit by the Q. Nice guy Mike coming to the top lane for the first gank of the game. Average Asian actually flashes forward, but the slice and dice is not in range, and the Ghost will create enough distance. Running out of mana, he doesn't have a poison trail running anymore, though. So nice guy Mike no longer has any fear. Ward hops forward to keep going after the chase, lands the Q, gonna be following up. There it is! The Tempest, the Cripple, the red buff as well. Insane Fijian has no way out of that one. First blood goes over to blue team, goes over to Lee Sin. That's one of the perfect places to get it, honestly. I mean, Lee Sin has seen a lot of changes. Some of the, I think he has one of the highest rates of being generally changed in the game, either nerfed or nerfed. Dash away from Lucian as the Aqua Prison lands on a prize OG. And Fausti down here is entirely out of mana, but as I was saying, Lee Sin has seen quite a few changes over the years, but he's always been early game focused. So getting that kill early on is going to help him out quite a bit, scaling up into the game and making his late game relevant. The lane we haven't really talked about too much is the mid lane here. Right click trick against Mada, who's out of mana. I'm not quite sure why right click trick is playing so scared against a no mana Annie. But I suppose eventually she will have mana, and she did have that stun up. So, with him fairly low on the old hit point bar, he doesn't really want to stick around here, that minion wave, for too much longer. Average Asian still having a difficult time against Insane Fijian. Slices back through, using the dice again. Actually uses his rage on the dice. Not the best use of it. A lot of Hecarim players, well, maybe Hecarim players will tell you too, but more relevant, a lot of Renekton players will tell you that it's usually best in lane to use your rage on the Kol'Thamig. Flash away from Nice Guy Mike. He gets tossed under the turret there. He was slowed up by the Mega Ace as well. Had nowhere left to go. Insane Fijian gonna be stunned up there. The rage is up for an Average Asian, but there are so many minions here. I don't know if Mike and Asian can actually take this on. Singed is fairly tanky even early in the game. And he's still sitting in the bush. He wants to go for it. Safeguard forward. There's the Q. It lands and they go into the tower and they manage to dive the Singed. Very, very risky dive, and it might actually be a lot of trouble here for an Average Asian. The Chilling Smite lands. The red buff is not there for Bojangles, though, and so Average Asian going to turn around with the stun and the damage from his friendly Lee Sin. That'll be another kill picked up for blue team in the top lane, playing with barely any health left. The exhaust has been dropped on the QC as we swap back down to the bottom lane. Exhaust in turn dropped on a prize OC as Fausty is going so very low. He flashes away at the last second. Oh, the Tidecaller's Blessing doesn't quite burn through the health provided from heal, and so Prize OG will be able to dash away himself. Everything burned by pretty much both sides down there. Actually, flashes are still up for red team, whereas one of the flashes on blue team's bottom lane is down, pardon me. And so that means that red team came out a little bit ahead on that one, but I can't say they're too much ahead in general on this lane because, as I said earlier, Prize OG has been continually pushing that open buckshots, getting it under the tower, and that has resulted in a 47-36 CS difference. 47 in favor of the Graves. Speaking of CS difference, look at this top lane. We've seen a few ganks up there. Lee Sin has gotten 2 kills from it, and an Average Asian has gotten 1 on Renekton, but he's still so many issues in this lane. He is going to be dashing in, trading Insane Fijian down to half, but he pops the Insanity Potion. That's going to give him a bunch of health back alongside some Crystalline Flask charges. But more importantly than that trade is the CS difference between these two laners right now. That is a nearly 30 CS lead at only 8 minutes into the game, and Average Asian is taking down from the poison. He has less than 100 hit points left. However, Nice Guy Mike is once again up in the top lane, and he's going to play bodyguard for his very low health friendly. Oh, there's the ulti. Stuns under the tower, but he didn't have aggro onto him, so no tower shots for the Singed. He dodges away from the Sonic Wave. No follow-up with Resonating Strike. Tosses back Renekton and starts juking around as best he can, waiting for that Lee Sin Q. Wants to dodge it to the side once he's able to. There it is. Doesn't quite connect, and so the Dragon's Rage is not enough damage, but he has to walk past Lee Sin or through the turret. Neither one of which is going to result in him living for very much longer, and so he does go down in the end. Smoke screen dropped on QC as he turns around for the piercing lights. Some good trades going back and forth here, but level 6 has not been hit by either side. There it is. Culling is popped as the Aqua Prison actually lands on a Prize OG. The Tidecaller's Blessing as well. Fausty 453 does not have Flash, and Annie has roamed down from the mid lane. There's the Tibbers. Perhaps you could call that overkill, but there is still kill in that word, and there is still a kill in Annie's pockets, as well as a good CS lead. And actually, that's the CS lead going over to QC's Lucian as well in the bottom lane. So CS entirely in favor of red team at this point as Mata gets hit up by the Jump the Waters. Here comes Nice Guy Mike. Dash in as Mata flashes away, tosses out the Q, but it goes wide on anybody, and Bojangles is here to join the fight at just the right moment. Some good damage onto Lee Sin means that Nami actually is able to pick up the kill with the Aqua Prison. Probably meant just to hold him up a little bit longer, but it's alright. It's a kill is a kill. There's no such thing as a steal. Prize OG with the solo kill, flashing forward. The Graves Burst doing work as right-click trick is caught out in the jungle. He made a chase of it, but in the end, he still gave up his fishy life. That means Bojangles, Nada, and that guy you hate, first one, the guy you hate more, are going to be able to go ahead and Dragon. 3-man Dragon, 10 minutes into the game. Now the first dragon, when it's this early on in the game, doesn't have too much of an impact, but it does start stacking up to 5. The Q lands onto Insane Fijian. Nice Guy Mike trying to chase in after him. He doesn't have Flash. He went with Ghost, so he has no way to get over the wall, and that's going to be another kill. An Average Asian picks that one up. And it's a 0-4-0. Cinched top side. Ooh, might be caught out here. The exhaust is dropped onto him very early. There's the ulti from Fausti, and it provides the damage on his hammer strikes. Tarek picks up a kill. So far, just about nearing the 11-minute mark, we are fairly even in this game, I would have to say. Top lane, I can't really call that one way or the other because this guy might completely go down to his own red buff. That would have been bad, but top lane, I can't really call one direction or the other because Nothin has 2 kills, and he's also garnered 2 kills for his own jungler as well. Where's the assist come from? Interesting choice, going with the double crystalline bracer here. Seems to be rushing into a Warmogs. As I said, an interesting choice. I wouldn't really have recommended it, but it will be providing a lot of help to work with, well, I suppose. That's what Warmogs always does. It's kind of its shtick. Not really sure if it's the thing that he needed in this matchup. I would have gone instead with some sort of magic resistance item if he was looking for resistances. Perhaps a Hex Drinker would have been a really good pickup here. Provide him the damage he needs to combat the Singe in the early game. Well, also some magic resistance and that last second shield. Right click trick going in, gets turned around on though. The Ignite and the Tibbers are both dropped all at once. Dodges away from the Incinerate, thankfully. Might be able to survive here. There's the Q, it follows him through the flash. That's a targeted skill, there's no escaping that. Fausti forward, 5-3, actually, he manages to stay alive through the damage and flashes away, keeping himself alive. After that engagement, Insane Fijian still the focus of Lee Sin up in the top lane. Actually might be able to turn around the gank this time. Does some really good damage and tosses him back into the tower as we go back to that guy you hate. Woo! Does not get the bubble down in time. And here's Bojangles looking for revenge. For the camped Singed, rather. Finally, Bojangles, having hit that level 6, does show up. Makes a gank happen and makes it happen at just the right time. Picks up the 6th kill of the game for Red Team, who actually have the gold lead on the board right now, despite being down at 2 kills. It's just, well, that turret that they just picked up, as well as the CS leads in every lane. Yeah, looking across, nope, not bot lane. Just as I say that, bot lane does manage to take a lead for Blue. Prize OG has 5 or 6 CS ahead, as well as 2 kills up on his opponent. So that's a fairly significant lane in favor of Blue. I don't know if QC really wants that fight. I guess he did stop their backs, so that is going to delay them a little bit, but I don't know if it was actually worth the damage that he took. He is heading back to base himself. Insane Fusion getting engaged on. He just wants the tower. He doesn't even care that there's a giant lizard next to him. Actually, he might... No, he's not going to be able to escape here. Bubble ends on a Prize OG, and they still haven't been able to base down there. They've just been trying to. Maybe they could get the hint that they're standing on a ward and go base in the other bush. No, they do not want to give them that satisfaction of having been forced to shift to another bush. So they're going to base in that bush if it kills them. Which it very well might at this rate. We have Annie and Warwick both on the bottom side of the map. And Prize OG has no mana left. Warwick is on his way down. Infinite Duress is up. Fausti turning around with the exhaust. There's a tidal wave for the engage, and Bojangles is going to leap right on Tarek. Maybe not the target that was squishiest, but the target that was most out of position. And so QC will pick up his first kill of the game. Red Team's AD carry starting to get back into this one. Insane Fusion going in. He's looking for the trade. He's 0-5-1, but that CS difference, 50 CS lead, means that he can still take these trades whenever he wants, and he's the one who's pushed out of the tower. Right-click trick, maybe going a bit over-aggressive in the mid lane, and he's going to be paying for it as Bojangles roams in at just the right time to pick up another kill. And it's a wonderful name. Bojangles. I don't know what those are. Whatever they are, they sound either delicious or, I don't know, very funny. I don't know what a Bojangle is, so I don't know. Maybe it's something terrible, and I shouldn't be saying that. I digress. Let's move on to the game. Prize OG's continuing to clear out some minions down on the bottom side as Aqua Prison lands onto just a few of the melee minions rather than a champion. And Prize OG actually gets bursted down fairly low. Some crits from Lucian are going to see to that. The agility cloak paying off there, as there's actually no crit chance on the side of Prize OG. So if those crits do come up for QC, he actually wins these trades right now, despite the fact that he doesn't have the lead in AP. However, the BF Sword and Pickaxe build, rather than the sort of bit of everything build that we saw QC go with. Actually, might have to wait for a moment as we have fights on both sides of the map. An average Asian, rather, going in onto an insane Fijian. There's the ghost pop. Right-click trick has been just walking at him for so long. Misses the Chum the Waters. I don't really think that they can take this fight any further. Yeah, he's going to be singed and he's going to get out of there. And actually, he's coming back. It's seemingly just to taunt them. He's looking to try and get him stuck under the tower. Maybe tosses him away from the tower shots. Bit of a misplay there as Insane Pigeon gets dived and goes down. Right-click trick, though. Took so long to actually engage onto that fight that Mata was able to roam up during that time. No stun on the Tibbers, dropped just for the damage. And I don't know if Renekton's going to be caught up there. Seeing as the directed camera has decided to focus on the bot lane, where people are standing next to a turret. This is a one-man production, so I can't operate the camera and shoutcast at the same time reliably. I choose instead to give you the highest quality shoutcasting I can provide, if at the cost of a little bit of camera movement. I apologize. Mata harassing away an average agent, and actually just with an ignite and a Q. I can't even really call that a dive. Took a single tower shot at the very edge of the range, but it was just a quick 1-2 punch. He knew what he was doing. He got in, he got out, he had no problems. Next guy, Mike, will take away his own red buff, and he had that solid early game ganking up in top lane, but Renekton didn't make use of the pressure as he should have. He could have easily gotten farther back to that lane than he did, and he's at a nearly 70 CS deficit. That is a fairly ridiculous amount. And all of that pressure that next guy Mike focused into the top lane has kind of been for naught. He's gotten a few kills himself, but he hasn't been able to spread that gold advantage around the map. He's looking to try and maybe make a Dragon Steel happen. Ward over the wall. It's about to time out though, so he might not have vision when it actually gets low enough that it's up in top lane. Insane Fijian is diving under the tower once again. He is cinched. He does not care. The dragon goes down. Red team going to be smiting that one. Prize OG tried, but was not enough. No, nice guy, Mike. That is an engage you do not want. Mata is dominating. Prize OG looking to follow up perhaps on his fallen companion as Fausti tosses in a sparkling dazzle, but actually is forced to flash away himself. Right-click trick. There's the tidal wave. Doesn't land into anybody. Goes wide between them. Field goal for that guy you hate. Prize OG tossing over the smoke screen. Actually holds vision on Nami for a little bit longer. Right-click trick is slowed down. He dashes through the minions. He's going to lead them on a chase, if at least that. Leaps over the wall with the playful trickster, but QC has a dash of his own. And that'll be another kill for Red Team. 2-1 and 2 Lucian looking to maybe... I don't even know where he's going with that build. He's got a little bit of everything there. Whereas Graves is just on the border of finishing off his Infinity Edge. With that CS lead, as well as the fact that he's even on kills. I imagine he's going to be getting there pretty quickly, actually. Let me hit X right now. He's sitting on about 680 gold. I believe that's enough to finish the combined cost. So don't quote me on that. I really should know that. But I apologize, I do not. Hopefully it is for him, because that will be quite a huge power spike. Average agent finds a pink ward in his jungle, and he's going to clear that out. Nobody around to stop him. And perhaps we'll be seeing Fizz pick up the blue buff at this point. Though, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Lee Sin were to keep it for himself. As much as he is a nice guy, Mike is probably going to be the more valuable target for that blue buff to be going on to. Seeing as Fizz had a very rough time of it in the laning phase. We didn't focus too much on the mid lane, but perhaps we should have. Mata is 6-0 and 3 and looking to get another one for himself. Tibbers dropped, and average Asian gets away with just a few hundred hit points. His right-click trick takes huge chunks from the Q and the W. Not even an ult dropped, and more than half of his health chunked away. As the bubble ends without difficult to tower dive Tarek, but they're going to be trying. The stun stops the calling in its tracks. And so QC, no mana left, decides to cancel out on the dive. Rise OG is here, and that's the Infinity Edge completed. He did indeed have enough gold. Insane Fijian still pushing up the top lane, gets caught under the tower here. The laser lands onto him. There's the shard, gonna be knocking him up, but he is so tanky at this point. The Rod of Ages is completed. He might be going down, but even if he does, what does it matter? Red team has been pushing mid lane, and they got a turret there, and meanwhile in bottom lane, They are just about holding off. Insane Fijian is still alive. Good lord. That man is tanky. He managed to survive through the focus of both an abrogation and right-click trick. That was a lot of damage he took, and a lot of not dying that he did. And he still doesn't have a single kill under his belt. He hasn't really played a heavy kill lane. He's just been farming minions, and well, anybody who was around during the time when Proxy Singed was popular will tell you that that is all he really needs to do. Mata looking to maybe make a roam down on the bottom side of the map, but gets spotted out by a ward, so does make a roam, but towards his blue buff instead. Warwick is on the way to help him out with that. Flash forward from Prize OG, going incredibly aggressive. The Aqua Prism, luckily for him, does not connect, and his ult doesn't have the damage that he needed to finish off the kill. However, 4 members strong blue team is looking to push down this outer turret in the bottom lane. Bojangles is here to maybe stop them, though. Mata around the corner as well. If they could get this engaged, it could be really good for them. Beautiful Tibbers on the 3 members as Bojangles is going to follow up with a Prize OG with his ulti. Nice guy Mike to kick away, a little bit belated. No way to save Graves from that one, and that's going to be a 1 kill going over to red, but a very important kill. And pretty much the last remaining hope for blue. I mean, they're only down 3 kills, but they are down so much more in terms of gold map pressure. And indeed, yeah, everything but kills, pretty much. But they are still down in kills. Right-click trick trying to stop Insane Fijian, but I really don't think anyone can. There's the flip into the poison. Right-click trick is ticking down. A level up keeps him alive for a little bit longer. Jump the Water is just used to zone. I don't know if that was on purpose. He missed the skill shot, or that was a very interesting use of the ulti, but he did manage to avoid dying to the Singed because of it. Meanwhile, an abrogation is in a 4v1 under his tower here, gets stunned up. Bojangles lands the Chilling Smite and then just walks away. As Mata chunks away a bit more of the hit points. Bojangles flashing forward for the Q, but it's not enough damage to finish him off. Nice guy Mike goes in with his Q of his own. Nobody is able to respond in time. They are going to be able to take down the turret. No, red team 4 members drop the bottom lane. Pushes a turret of their own. Insane Fijian against Prize OG. There's the ulti, and finally Singed dies. But he must not be worth very much at this point. There was a change where picking up minions does give you back worth, but not as much as kills do. Bojangles, that guy you hate, and Mata all taking big chunks out of Sin as he goes for his red buff unawares. That his jungle is not a very safe place. And abrogation might find that out soon too. Red buff goes over onto Bojangles. Mata gets stunned up by Fausty, but there's just no damage follow-up here. And abrogation is entirely built tank. And Fausty, of course, being a support tyrant, doesn't have much damage to offer himself. Though I'm sure there are some out there who might disagree with me. They might be very angry that I said that support tyrant doesn't bring damage, but to be fair, I'm talking about damage on the scale of a 23-minute AD carry or mid lane, not on the scale of a very manly and crystalline armored man, but still a support nonetheless. Bojangles, Mata, and that guy you hate. This is a familiar situation going for the next dragon. QC shows up to help out as well. That will be another dragon for red. That is the 3rd of the game for them. That's movement speed, damage to minions and monsters, and attack damage and power. They are getting a little bit of everything from that dragon. An abrogation Cobb way out of position. The calling is going to land nearly all the bullets onto this Renekton. Stun from Annie. And QC Myriapode. I think I pronounced it correctly. He's on a rampage. 3-1. Oh, no. He's on a killing spree. That's what that is. 3-1-3. Annie 8-0 and 5. I mean, you could call the only dark spot of red team Singed in the top lane in terms of KDA, but his KDA doesn't really matter because he has 160 million minion kills. He's only matched by Graves on the enemy team. And as we saw earlier, even Graves has a tough time bringing this guy down. There's Charles Mike, nice guy Mike, as the ult lands with right-click trick, tossed back over his head. But thankfully, the execution damage from Fizz is enough. His ticking dot does deal more damage the lower health you are. So even on somebody like Singed, it can still deal pretty significant damage when he's low, though I don't think we saw the Seraph's Embrace used. Yeah, it's not on cooldown. So he could have maybe survived a little bit longer, but in the end, he still added pressure. Even though his team didn't actually do very much with that pressure, so that death, perhaps, not very worth it for Singed. Though we've seen a lot of deaths earlier on that he could very well have called worth in all chat if he had felt like it. And very well, maybe he did. I have all chat turned off because sometimes it's not so pretty. I try to keep this YouTube channel PG for the most part. Maybe PG. 3 members strong for blue and red in the mid lane. I would say that red has the advantage with these 3 members, though, and Mata is looking for an engage. The Tibbers lands onto Fausti, but even though he's tearing, he is squishy enough for this Andy. That is a legendary kill right there. Smite lands from Chilling Smite on the right-click trick. His nice guy Mike kicks away Warwick. And in the end, it'll be 1 kill traded for naught. A lot of ultimates going down. An average agent leaving it onto Insane Fijian here, but Insane Fijian just doesn't care. He's just going to walk through the minion wave, he's going to press Q, and he's going to let it roam. And just keep on walking. It's like he doesn't even know that Renekton is there. And for all the effect that is having, Renekton may as well not be there. The minions are still dying, and Singed is still applying pressure. Stun doesn't quite land over the wall. Mata did force out the dodge. He's scaring away everyone. This is the scariest 11-year-old girl that there is in the entire world. And for good reason. She has murdered 9 people. And it is pretty terrifying, especially since she used a giant bear to do it most of the time. Ebb and flow from that guy you ate over the walls. Insane Fijian has teammates. He probably doesn't even know what those are. He hasn't seen them the whole game, but finally they do show up and help him apply some pressure in the top, while Lucian is split pushing off to the bottom side of the map. Stun over the wall onto Mata, but again there's no follow-up. Fausti is landing the dazzles onto the correct people, but there just isn't the damage that he needs to be able to really make them matter. Right-click trick keeps getting 1 or 2 shot down to half health. And Graves was off the bottom lane trying to deal with Lucian, but honestly failing. And he pushed up and he took the secondary tower had fallen, but he pushed up and he got it all the way to the inhibitor. He is out of mana here though, so I think Nice Guy Mike and Prize OG might be able to take this fight. Meanwhile, red team is applying some pressure in the top lane, and they are going to be pulling that Renekton out from under the tower. QC does go down, but at what cost? That is the inhibitor turret in the top lane definitely falling. The inhibitor probably going to be going down after it as well. Prize OG dashing forward. Doesn't actually get much followed up from it, and right-click trick, you do not want that fight. Mata alone could bring him down, even with just enough mana to cast 2 spells. Forces away the Fizz, doesn't have any mana left though, so might be in some trouble here. The exhaust is dropped, there's the Chum of the Waters, and that is a shutdown. Going over to right-click trick, is that the light starting to spark at the end of the tunnel for blue? Or is it just a small respite on a long road to defeat? And Bojangles leaping in, looking to make it the long road option. Insane Fijian dancing around. He doesn't care at all. The laser from the base is on him. He's got a Seraph's Embrace though, and this time he did use it. There's the heal from Nami as well. This guy is just staying alive forever. And Average Asian, the only one going to be continuing to chase after him, flashes forward. They are investing so much in this Singed. But maybe it was the right call. Bojangles caught out all alone. The enemy base probably going to be going down as well. Might take right-click trick with him though if he isn't careful. He's very, very low. Does manage to survive and actually indeed pick up another shutdown. That is 2 huge shutdowns going over to Fizz. That's going to be a big, big boon for blue team because they really need to make these picks happen. This, or perhaps just this pick singular happen onto Annie. Because that is a death cap. I believe that's, the numbers are tiny so they're hard to read, but I believe that is 10 stacks on the Rod of Ages. And the ingredients for Azonius Hourglass to boot. And, I mean, boots as well, so that's quite a lot of damage that that little girl is dishing out. And on top of it, she's going to be stunning up multiple members of the enemy team if she manages to catch a good Tibbers ulti. So Mata really, really the big threat on red team. Has only died once so far. Beautiful anti-game. And 18 seconds on the dragon. We see red team coordinated and well aware of that, gathering around the pit and waiting for it to spawn so they can immediately murder it. It gets a few short moments in this world and they are filled with strife and violence. And then it dies, giving up its magical buffs to whoever slays it. Description of the dragon. It goes down so quickly. Bojangles with the smite secure. Insane Fijian applying pressure in the bottom lane while his team does the dragon. In a 3v1, he looks like he's barely even getting scratched by ultimates. Tidal Wave over the wall will be enough to keep him safe as the ebb and flow comes across as well. Right-click trick. You do not want to chase that. The taking damage just about ends before he dies. It's insane. Fidgeon, maybe getting too greedy, goes back to try and finish off the Fizz. Seraph's embracing keep it safe a little bit longer as the ebb and flow comes in to heal him up and give him the speed buff. However, off to the side, his team is pushing, and it looks like he's running to rejoin them. That guy you hate here to save his friendly Singed as well with more healing from more ebb and flows, more slows, more speed buffs. Can Insane Fidgeon survive? No! Nice guy, Mike. Has the Dragon's Rage and has the kill. However, that is the inhibitor tower in mid lane going down. The 10th death of the game for Singed. A 10th advantage gain for red team. Shut down immediately on the Fizz. Sonata shows him who's boss, and we are unable to download spectator data. The game will now exit. I think you guys can guess which team won. I apologize for that ending. Sometimes it happens, but I just spent 31 minutes shoutcasting that game. I still want to upload it because I still think it was fun to watch. Hopefully you guys did too. My name is Octavian. This has been another long-awaited episode of 100 Casts. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.